welcome to this week's update for the week of July 2nd for Hiking for Health. So, as usual, we'll start with the weight loss. I am happy to report that at the official weigh-in this week, I am at 275.2. 275.2. So that is a weekly loss of 1.6 pounds. That's getting back into the range that I want to be in, between 1 and 2 pounds a week. So a little over 1.5 pounds lost this week for a total loss of 29.8. So I'm like right on the edge of 30 pounds. That's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. And I think a lot of it's I'm just being more active and getting out there. It's summertime. So even on non-hiking days, I'm doing a lot of things, and the heat gets you sweating and all that kind of stuff. But speaking of being active, last week I did a total of hiking miles of 14.9, so almost 15 miles hiked in the week. I did four and a half about at the Consumnes River Preserve, and that was a lot of fun. I took some pictures and posted some of those, but I didn't actually film it because I've already been there and done the hiking report for that. I did get to some parts that I hadn't been to because the river has receded a little bit, and the parts of the trail are open again, and that was pretty cool. That was neat. And I also went back out to Round Valley East Bay Regional Preserve. I got on the Miwok Trail there that goes through the park, went all the way through the park to the back boundary, entered the Los Vaqueros watershed, and walked all the way out to the reservoir and back, and that was 10.4 miles. And that was a heck of a haul, I tell you what. I felt good for the most part, but the last like mile and a half, I was dragging the last mile and a half. So it was definitely a challenging hike. It just shows me, I've got more work to do, despite the weight loss that I'm happy about and things like that. I just gotta, if I'm going to be doing major through hikes, that's going to require 15-20 mile days in places like the Sierras, where you're gonna some days you're gonna do a pass like twice. You're gonna go up such and such pass, down into the valley, and up another pass. You're gonna have to do 1,000-foot elevation changes or more in a day, where this was like an 800-foot, 900-foot elevation change. And I had to do it and the last mile and a half was just and that hike report, by the way, I put that up last night, Sunday night, so if you want to see that, that's on the channel already. So that was the hiking I did last week, and for those of you who recall, I at the very beginning of this, pledged that I'm shooting for, if I can, now that I'm back into hiking, 365 miles for the year. And for those of you who can do math, that's approximately a mile a day. So here I am as of through June now. So from January to June, I calculated that I walked 110 miles. So I'm behind. If I'm going to make 365, I should have more miles than that. But there was a whole spell there in like February, March, where hiking was just like, I just couldn't get out there and get any real miles. The weather and other things like transportation issues were just dogging me, and I didn't get out there. So I fell behind in that those months. But we're working on it. Hopefully we'll make up for it in the summer. I've got some stuff planned. And speaking of plans, coming up this week, I'm probably going to get out at least once, like maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's 4th of July, by the way. Happy 4th of July. But I'll probably get out in the morning and do just like a quick little training 5-miler. But Thursday, we have plans, the family and I have plans. We're going to head out to Angel Island in San Francisco Bay, and we're going to do at least part of that. I would like to go all the way around, going all the way around is apparently about 6 miles, so I could probably do that because doing the circumference, it's mostly flat and it's paved. I could probably do it in a couple hours, although my wife says she has doubts she could do it that fast. But I've also heard rumors on a couple of websites that part of the perimeter trail or road that goes around the perimeter of the island is closed because of a landslide. So if you can't get all the way around, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we are going out to Angel Island. So that's either going to end up being a hike report or a road trip, but it's going to end up on this channel at some point. But there's a lot of cool stuff there. For those of you who don't know, the history on Angel Island is incredible. There is Civil War era things there, World War II era things, World War I era things. It was a United States immigration station. It was basically the West Coast version of Ellis Island. That is on the East Coast. And I think for a while there was a quarantine center there. It's got a lot of history. It's got at least as much history as Alcatraz does, which is the more famous island in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay. So we'll be going there hopefully on Thursday, and I'll be getting a lot of that on film. So that to look forward to. And then in a couple of weeks, we will be heading out on family vacation / take my daughter to college, and that is going to be an almost cross-country journey. We're going to be leaving from here in the Central Valley, California. We're going to be heading all the way out to right around Atlanta, Georgia, and then most of us, my daughter will be staying, and I'm not even going to get into that. This is a hiking thing, so I'm not going to get into the whole parent emotional thing. But she'll be there, and then the rest of us in the family will be coming home, and we're going to take two different routes. We're going to go kind of a southerly route towards Atlanta, and we're going to be hitting some cool stuff like the Grand Canyon and a bunch of other neat things to see, and I'll be putting a lot of that here. So a lot of travel coming up, and then when we come back, we're going to go a little more northernly and kind of follow part of the route that was followed by the pioneers who used to come across, trying to cross to California. So a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of travel stuff, a lot of outside California stuff. Even though this is Hiking for Health California, we're gonna get outside California a little bit here in the summertime, and I think that's just fine. Hopefully it's going to be interesting for you. There's a lot of roadside stuff to see, so we're going to get some roadside attraction stuff in there. Hopefully, because it's not just moving my daughter, it's also a family vacation. Hopefully I'll get some hiking or something like that in, to be able to do a few of those things, and just kind of in general doing some fun stuff that's not just in the local area. So there we go. Total of 29.8 pounds lost since the very beginning. Did some really cool stuff last week. Check out the hike report for Round Valley to Los Vaqueros. 110 miles walked so far for the year, and I'm going to try and build up on that over the summer. And I also have at least one backpack trip, hopefully tentatively planned in the end of the summer. I'm going to try and get another one in there if I can. We're going to see how that's going to work out. If I can get one in July, that would, this month, that would be great, but I'm not sure if that's going to work out. I may end up getting two in August, who knows. And then coming up this Thursday, I will be filming. I don't know when I'll get it edited and posted, but I will be on a trip with the family to Angel Island in the San Francisco Bay. So that's pretty much our update. And as always, thank you so much for your support. Anybody who's watching these crazy videos, me talking to you guys through the camera, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next week.